the signal is clear. Is the signal clear? Can you see me? Brother, can you see me? Brother, can you hear me? Is it clear? Is it pixelated? Does it look like trash? Well, it could look like trash and still be a good picture. If you're there, let me know you're there. Let me know if it's working, if the Wi-Fi out here is good enough or not good enough. Let me know, brother, sister, anybody. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. In the place to be. I had to come outside. I had to come outside to my fortress of solitude. Okay? I had to come out here because the fish are waking up. The weather's nice outside. I had to come out here first. Captain Taki, what's up? Can you, is it clear? Is it clear? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I am how you doing, bud? Hey, I'm kind of mad. I'm kind of mad and I'm upset. I'll be honest with you. I had to come out here to try and relax. I thought maybe if I listen to the water, if I see the fish swimming, I get some of the sunshine, you know, and things, that maybe I'd feel better. But the Dallas Cowboys are truly the NFL clown show. Well, let's talk about it. Okay. I want you to, let's start this out. Whether you like Amari Cooper or not, okay? I'm just going to say, whether you are a Amari Cooper fan or not, I want you to understand something here. As we speak and going into this season where we're told that we can't keep a punter, okay, that we're paying $6 million to Amari Cooper to leave, okay? We have a $6 million dead hit for Amari Cooper. We're going to have a $6 million dead hit for Lyle Collins. Lyle Collins is out doing a victory tour right now, okay? Lyle Collins right now, he's been to Cincinnati, talked to them. You know, Baltimore is hoping that they get him. They're excited about the possibility. So between Lyle Collins and Amari Cooper, $12 million is going to cost us. I want you to think about this now. The Cleveland Browns got Amari Cooper, and they have thus now restructured his deal. They took $20 million of his salary for this year, and they converted it into guaranteed money, added 2 voidable years onto your contract, okay? His cap number for this year is $5 million. They also go out and make a trade and get Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson, who's got a $235 million deal. Right? Right now as we speak, the Cleveland Browns have created more cap space and have $13 million more cap room after making the deal for Amari Cooper and Deshaun Watson. Lola, what's up? Okay? The Cleveland Browns are paying Amari Cooper less this year for him to play for the Browns than we are currently paying him to leave. Paul, you're missing whether he works or doesn't. That's inconsequential. You're missing the big picture here. Here's the thing. Good players are hard to find. Good players are hard to find, okay? Good players can be divas. Deion Sanders was a diva. Charles Haley was crazy. But you find ways to work with those talented guys and get them to play well for you. Instead, we pay them to leave. You're missing the point here because, see, he would have been a $22 million cap hit. But what they did is they restructured the deal. So the Cowboys could have restructured Amari Cooper in the same way. You could have kept Amari Cooper for the same amount of money that you're paying him not to be here. Has that light bulb gone off yet? We paid $6 million for him not to play for the Cowboys. The Browns are only paying $5 million for him to play. It might have been better for us to pay the $6 million for him to play for us and not have a hole at wide receiver. Because, see, here's the thing. The money that you're paying him not to play, you could have used to keep Cedric Wilson here. You got it? In other words, you could have kept Amari Cooper here, costing you the same money as him not being here. And see, this is where other teams get creative. See, Stephen Jones tells us, oh, well, you can't build through the cap. I mean, you can't build because it'll put you in cap hell. The Rams just re-signed Matthew Stafford to a 4-year, $160 million deal when they are $176,000 over the cap. They signed him to a new deal that created some cap space where they can start going out and getting more players. The Cleveland Browns, before they traded for Amari Cooper, before they traded for Deshaun Watson, had less cap room than we did. They end up now getting Amari Cooper, getting Deshaun Watson, and still have $36 million of money to spend. The Dallas Cowboys, we lose Amari Cooper, we lose a Pro Bowl punter, we lose Cedric Wilson, we lose Randy Gregory. We don't bring in the talent level that other teams do and still have less money to spend. That, my friends, takes some doing. That takes some doing to lose players and still have less money than other teams. Well, Cooper's okay. Katataki, you're missing the point. Okay, you're missing the point of how you create space to make moves. I understand. It was personal with Amari Cooper. You're missing the big picture here. You're missing the big picture. Because the Green Bay Packers, they can't come to a deal with Devontae Adams. But they realize we can go ahead and franchise tag him and get a first and a second round pick. You understand? We lose Randy Gregory and get left with nothing but holding the bag. We have to trade Amari Cooper, have to pay him to go, only to get a fifth-round draft pick. This mismanagement. Michael Gallup thoughts? Yeah, it's a great move to get him dirt cheap, but he's not going to be ready to play at the beginning of the season. You're missing the point of making sure you get the biggest bang for your buck. You are 100%. Let me bring you closer here. I was trying to keep everything. Yeah, it's hard for me to read that. But you are 100% right. Because you are right. That people, everything the Cowboys are doing, they're so smart. We got the best talent. No, we don't. We're sold that we have the best talent in football. But are you going to honestly tell me that the Dallas Cowboys are in a better position to go into the season having gotten rid of Amari Cooper and letting Cedric Wilson go and paying $6 million to Amari Cooper for him to go? Or better yet, how about this? That the Cowboys are in better shape, that they're going to pay $6 million in dead money for Lyle Collins, $6 million for Amari Cooper to go, and have to replace those players with only a fifth-round draft pick? Is that, Johnny, because the problem is if you do not learn from the past, you are destined to repeat it in the future. If Stephen Jones keeps going unchecked, keeps doing the same mistakes over and over again, we are never going to learn and be able to move on. We don't upgrade, and see, and this goes back to it. We keep thinking that, or we get told that the value pickups that we pick, because of what their pedigree may have been, is great talent that's going to win a Super Bowl. You got here? See, the Cowboys always are looking for a discount in an injured player that they can save some money on. And then when it comes crunch time and they're injured or they're not good enough to get over the hump, then we point at the players. But in reality, it's not the players, it's the lack that we don't have enough of the players to compete. And the difference between winning a Super Bowl and winning in your division is having the horses to finish the race. And so as we look at the team and we want to blame the quarterback, or we want to blame the running back, or we want to blame, the defensive coordinator, we have to look at the front office that is making boneheaded mistakes that are costing us great players. Okay? Now, Dante Flower, James Washington, yes, those are good pickups. And if you could couple those pickups with, say, a really good player and a Bobby Wagner, then you say, okay, we're making some progress. So my point being here is, Dak didn't steal all the money. Okay, Dak's cap hit. You know what? I'm not even gonna talk with you. You do whatever. Okay, whatever. Stealing the money, as you're seeing quarterbacks now, 40+ million. Dak's number is falling down by the wayside. Understand, Deshaun Watson now is $235 million guaranteed. $235 million guaranteed. Aaron Rodgers, $150 million guaranteed for 4 years. And by the way, his deal ended up making sure that Devontae Adams didn't go. You got Kirk Cousins, who literally was a $45 million cap hit. They just gave him another 35. So your argument doesn't hold water. Your argument doesn't hold water, Dak hater, okay? All right? What I'm saying is, what if the Cowboys had said, you know what? We have to get inside Amari Cooper's head and find out what makes him tick. Much like Jimmy Johnson got in the head of Charles Haley and found a way to make it work out between the two of them. Restructured his deal, got the same amount of cap room. You would have gotten the same amount of cap room. And you would have kept him. James, that's why I just moved on. What's up, Miss Hot Sauce? Lola. I made some keto potato salad today, and when I get finished with this, I'm going to go do some fried fish. We're going to have fried fish and potato salad. Stacking his contract is not an issue at all. It's the owner. It's the owners messing up. And it turning around and then having to bargain basement shop for players. You understand? So when you mess up and have to spend $12 million, right now, $25 million, okay? $25 million this year is going to be dead money that we're paying players that aren't there. Last year, it was $25 million. Okay? So, in the course of 2 seasons, $50 million in dead money. And here it is, the Cleveland Browns get one of your players that are really good, and they're paying less money this year than you are to tell them to go buy. And that goes nowhere else but to the front office. So what if instead of us getting rid of Amari Cooper, we had kept him and still had the same amount of cap space? Then that means that's one less hole that we have to fill out. You know what I'm saying? Or is this not sinking in? Or the Dak haters just going to say, it's Dak because Dak sucks. See, when you lose $6 million on a player, that $6 million could be a run-stopping defensive tackle. You know, Chap, but here's the thing. Chap, why wait to realize that we're screwed? Why realize the mistake? Why not start realizing the mistakes that they're making right now and try to correct it before we continue to make other ones? You have to, okay, run. Okay, I get it. You don't want Cooper. I get that. But you don't just say, you know what? I'm rich, bitch. I'm just going to throw it away and I don't care how much it costs me. That's the problem. I'm not saying that they had to keep Amari Cooper. You're missing the point. The Colts didn't want Carson Wentz in it either, right? But they got something in return. Okay? Green Bay had Devontae Adams as a free agent. They didn't want to pay him. But they got a first and a second to replace a free agent. We have a guy under contract who is worth a whole lot more than a fifth round, and we give him away. We have a defensive end that we deem somebody we want to keep, and instead we say, you know what, you go out there and make a deal and come back and we'll get it worked out. And you lose him. I'm so negative. I'm trying to be positive, but it's hard to be positive when you see, you know, Stephen Jones has literally pissed on your head. Think about what Stephen Jones has said. You know what? You can't build a team through free agency. You can't spend money on free agents. We have to cut players. Okay, we cut players. We, bit by bit, start getting worse and worse. But all these teams that have less money than us are actually able to rebuild and get better players. Do you honestly look at it and say, I think I think the Chargers are a worse team because they actually signed some free agents. Do you honestly look at the Buffalo Bills and say, well, they signed Von Miller, so they've sucked. They're not going to be a good team. And that because the Cowboys, we decide to lose a Lyle Collins, an Amari Cooper, a Randy Gregory, that we're going to be a better team because we didn't spend money in free agency? Is that your argument? Thank you, Stuart. Cooper is still one of the best. You know, people, oh, well, you know, he's not, he's staying. No, you don't understand the fact that another team got him this year for less money. It's got blurry. Is it choppy? Because I'm outside at the pond. We spend money to get rid of a guy where another team gets him and spends less. Hello? You play to win the game. You play to win the game. The Joneses are playing to have vendettas. They're playing because, Amari, you didn't do what we want. You're not the player we want, so you know what? We're going to send you the hell out, and we don't care what it costs. That's the problem. That's the problem. I didn't say that he's Devontae Adams, who they got a first and a second for. But I guarantee you he should have been at least a second. And here's the thing. I get it. Maybe you needed to get rid of him. But we're told, or we can't even try to get players. What's our plan right now for the offensive line? We need a center. We need a guard. Right? Lyle Collins is gone. Connor Williams is gone. Are we sure that Tyron Smith can hold up? You need 2 offensive linemen. James Washington, maybe he's a guy, but I think James Washington is more of, Steele. But Steele can't play all the positions. Tyler Baddish sucks. He shouldn't be a starter. You got a left guard situation. We've got Connor McGovern who can't get the second level. And you need a decent backup at right tackle. That's 3 offensive linemen you need. You need another receiver. You need another tight end because we're overpaying an average tight end. You need a defensive tackle. If you don't sign Bobby Wagner, you need a linebacker. If you don't get J-Ron Curse back, you need a safety. We can't fix all these things with bargain basement guys. You can't. Mark, JP, tell me what point I'm missing. What I'm missing, the other teams are becoming super teams. They are loading for bear. They're understanding the dynamics of the salary cap, right? So JP or JD or J, whatever you are, Jay, please enlighten me on what I'm missing then. Mark, you're spot on. People are going, and see, the thing that's crazy about this is everybody is like literally just walking along and towing exactly what the Joneses are saying and believing that what the Joneses are doing is the right way, that they are perfect, that they know what they're doing, that Randy Gregory, he's greedy, that Amari Cooper, he takes plays off and he stinks, and that the free agents are the devil. You can't stop. The free agents are greedy devils. You can't win that way. But understand that the Joneses, they're not winning. The Joneses aren't winning. That the stuff that they're doing, no, none. This is my backyard. These are my babies here. I came out here because I was trying to calm down some. And let's see what Haterade Toby, a.k.a. We know who you really are, Toby. At least my quarterback can pass, unlike Jalen Hurts. We definitely did not make Coop. Okay, well, I'm just looking at the pattern here. Okay, now it is Thomas Garrett. It's completely a clown show. Okay, Von Miller's old, 32. I get that, but you had a guy who's a veteran, who's got 2 Super Bowl rings, who is interested in playing for you. You might want to at least investigate it. You understand? Yeah, it might be, hey, look, I just want to play for you guys. I'll play for $5 million. You don't know unless you talk to them. They wouldn't even talk to the guy. They had Zavarius Smith here, and they lowballed him, and he basically just walked away. You got to realize that if you want talent, you got to pay for it. Am I venting? That's actually going to be tomorrow. Oh, well, I guess I am venting in some regards. I actually came out because I want to talk to you. Have I showered today? Really? Wow. Some of y'all mother humpers. Best runner in the league, and we paid him to leave. Right. And this is what I want you to understand. Whether you like Amari Cooper or not, what I want you to understand is he's still a good receiver, and the team that got him is paying him less money than we did to say goodbye. Same thing with Lyle Collins. They devalued him. We got nothing for him. Other teams are coveting him. Other teams are like Cincinnati, Baltimore, New England. They're like, we'll take him. And Our front, there you go. Our front office is embarrassing. We offer, probably will offer, yeah, Bobby Wagner, yeah, ham sandwich. Bring back roll. Okay. But at least instead of Miller, we got Van Der Esch back. Right. We bring back Van Der Esch. Hey, yeah. I mean, I'm not mad about that deal if you're adding other players to go around him. But if that's our big moves, we suck. Van Der Esch is a joke. Wow. Jerry destroyed Romo because he wouldn't get a coach. Stevens destroying Dak. Yeah. Dorrance is not bad, but Dorrance is not Randy Gregory. I'm sorry, Toby. Toby, I'm not with you there. I'm not that far. Now, I will say, Randy has a lot of negatives plays because of penalties. He will hit a quarterback low. He will hit him late. He will tackle an offensive lineman. So if you take into consideration, if you don't make those plays right there, that's a positive. Actually, we re-signed Luke Gifford, and we also had Jabril Cox. No, I wish we did have a platform where we could ask them directly. All we got is YouTube to show our frustration. Oh, yeah. Well, you got to figure. You got to figure that one of our guys is going to be getting a ring this year. Be it Randy Gregory in Denver with Russell Wilson, be it Amari Cooper with the Browns now with Deshaun Watson, or maybe Lyle Collins with, maybe Baltimore or something. You have to look at it and say, our players that we let go are going to go somewhere else and make a difference and maybe get a Super Bowl. Yeah, and right. And see, again, another point being, instead of saying, we're the Super Bowl champions, we're over the cap, we got to gut the team, the Rams have found a way to go ahead, sign Matthew Stafford long term, go ahead and bring back Aaron Donald, create cap room to go out and get more players. You see that? They won the Super Bowl. They were over the cap, and they figured out how to make more money to bring even more players to compete for the next year. You know what? Bye, Toby. Toby, fuck you and get out. Just get out. Just go, okay? You know what? Just go. I know who you really are. I know who you really are. Go back, make another video about me, how stupid Mark Holmes is, by all means, okay? Raiders did nothing with Cooper. True. So who is better, Dak or Stafford? I would say that the Rams actually have a lot better team than the Dallas Cowboys do. I'm taking Dak, but that's my personal opinion. You can go ahead and take Mr. Pick Six if you want, but there were a lot of games. There were a lot of games that you looked at and said, what the hell is Matthew Stafford doing? Boy, we got a lot of Dak haters up in here. How are we getting egg, please? We are totally being outsmarted as far as the NFL salary cap, as the NFL free agency, and we look like the clown show. We target our own players that we want to keep, and we can't keep them. We got a team and a roster because they say we can't afford players. Yet the teams that we trade players to, like Amari Cooper, somehow find a way to end up having more cap room than we do because they think outside of the box where we are stuck on stupid. Here's the great thing about YouTube and being American. We're all free to believe what we want to believe. You can have your personal belief, and I can have mine. And guess what? Since this is my channel, I'm free to have my point and to exercise it here. And I'm free to go ahead and block your behind too. Lord, we got some real asses in here today. Jerry's been advised by his legal counsel not to currently go public. He talks way too much. Yeah, that might be it. You are free, Mark. Dak, 37 TDs, 10 interceptions, and 4,500 yards, 16 games, coming off a career-ending injury. Dang, I'm with you right there. A Dallas Cowboy record. But of course, others say he's garbage. He's trash. I've been following for a long time. Appreciate that, Perez. Kiss ass Lola. Lola throwing down. Oh, kick ass Lola. Yeah, Lola. That's Miss Hot Sauce. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that. James Washington. I think James Washington is more of an insurance piece in case Michael Gallup's not ready. Shout out to you, 49er fan. Joker, how you doing? Doc, you don't think that Stafford actually had a better team than we did? You don't think that? That Matthew Stafford was the reason that they won solely with Matthew Stafford? Mark, is that a man's? Yeah. Me and my daughter and my son, and we dug this about 18 years ago. It's a man-made. It's my fish pond with my fish in it. We made some nice moves, did we? Did we make some nice moves? Don't sleep on Semi. He's going to surprise people this year. How many fish are in here? I would say about 35. Shout out to Marley Green. Washington, he fell out of favor with the Steelers last year. He wanted to be traded. They didn't trade him. And, of course, they had Big Ben, who was not the guy anymore. I can't wait for the draft. Yeah, we're going to need a hell of a draft. So, hold on. Let me see if I get this straight. So, we get rid of 2 starting offensive linemen. We get rid of 2 starting wide receivers. We do nothing to replace them, and now it's on Dak? Do I have that right? Do I have that right? You get rid of one of the best route runners in football. You get rid of a great up-and-coming wide receiver. You re-sign a guy who's probably not going to be ready to start the season. You lose 2 starting offensive linemen, and so now it's Dak's got no excuses. You must be on fucking crack, man. You must be on crack. I mean, seriously, come on, man. You want high ceiling players. How do you feel about Deshaun Watson? I mean, how do you feel about Watson? Well, it'll be interesting to see how he plays after being off for a year. And there is that curse of quarterbacks, the curse that happens to quarterbacks there. The problem is Cole Beasley's not coming back here. Cole Beasley's burned that bridge. I'm convinced all these crazy moves are to score Peyton. You hit the nail on the head. Sean Payton, basically you get dudes on 1-year contracts so you can get rid of them, and you got a clean slate. Relax, bro. No more measly Beasley. Malik will turn up. Jones needs to sell. Why would he sell the team? Why would you sell something that is just printing money for you? Yes to weed. At this rate, there will be no one left to blame but you got that right. I'll take Gilmore over Brown. I'd do that one too. There's no way in the world I want to bring Antonio Brown in here. Sorry, just don't want to do it. He couldn't get cold or rock either. Shots is right. Dude said AB is so dumb. Let's protest. And they're not going to, they're not going to get rid of Stephen Jones as much as we want to. And it doesn't matter. There's no ramifications whether we suck or not. They don't need to sell. What they need to do is they need to get out the way and stop thinking that they're the smartest guys in the room. That's the problem. Is, Stephen Jones has the shit-eating grin. Hey, you can't spend money in free agency. We got to look for value because we know how to build a team. What? What? You know how to do what? Nah, bro. Right now, the other teams are doing circles around you guys. You guys are stuck on stupid. I agree, Marley. I agree, Marley. We need to beef up the line. Get their head out there. I believe something special coming out of the D. Cole badmouth the Cowboys. Jerry and Steven are the real coaches, and they ain't coaching. Jump in it's too cold. I've been in there before. I've been in there swimming with the fishies, but it's cold in there. Steven didn't want. Okay. If Dan Quinn was gone, we'd really be screwed. You're right. Dan Quinn is about one of the few bright spots that we've got going. It's not Jerry, it's Steven. I'm beginning to wonder if Jerry Jones is like tied up in a room someplace. And Stephen Jones is the one that's allowed to run the place. Wagner's going to want like 5 years to $85 million. Well, if you make voidable years and have outs on it, okay. Is Anheuser-Busch a really big deal dumping Commanders? Did they dump them? Oh, surprise. I didn't hear about that. How much are they covering him? They offered a fifth and asked for more. Wait a minute. Is that how they value him? We will fill a lot of holes with the draft. Okay, but Chris, as good a draft as we had last year, Micah Parsons was a bright spot. OC was a part-time player. Goldston, a part-time player. Jabril Cox, a couple of games before being injured. How many holes did we fill from the draft? Ha-ha, we signed, okay, yes, young goat, ha-ha. Stop spamming bullshit, man. Gina, how are you doing? Shout out to all the ladies in the chat here. Tanking for Sean, that feels like it. He left because we are whack. Fans always talking bad about our players. You're right about that. You feel like something big is coming out of the Cowboys? Well, we always feel like something is, but very rarely does it. Randy had 6. Collins was starting the second half of the season. Washington's going to be a bright spot? I hope so. Should have traded. Nobody's going to trade for Zeke. I'm getting slim. Thank you, Jeff. I've been working on keto. Regardless of that troll out there who's got a channel that says I'm lying to you that I'm not actually losing weight. Yes, thank you. I appreciate that. But Richard, I hope we can run away with... Oh, no. We're not even cap champions now. Johnny White. Johnny, did you get your cutting board? Did you get it yet? Right now, Cleveland's... Oh, check this out. Cleveland has overtaken us signing Amari Cooper and getting Deshaun Watson, they got $13 million more than we do. Go figure. They go out and get more players and have more room. Envy. Oh, shout out to them, man. It works if you do it. But you gotta stay away from the carbs and the sugar. Why hire McCarthy and escape? I don't know. You need the Joe Booster. But I need the Joe Booster. What is the Joe Booster? But it still looks great anyway. Email me, Johnny, and let me see what it is that you're missing. I don't have names for all the fish. Need real football people, but we all know this. There you go. Well, I tell you what. I probably bitched and moaned enough right here. And, yeah, Kathy, they've already restructured him, creating $15 million of space this year. Weed is good. Is Watson playing? At the moment, he hasn't been suspended. Trade up. Actually, I think you got to trade back in this draft because we need a lot of bodies. Call David Irving. Block whoever said trade Micah. Oh, my God. Anheuser-Busch dropped. I'm curious why they dropped him. Joe Booster. Commander's great name. Stafford just got 4 years. Yeah, again, that's the reason why I'm out here. My point being is we've been sold that we don't have money to do any moves, but other teams are making major moves. Coop did come out. Yeah. Maybe, Mark, because we have not signed anybody, because the Commanders are drops. Dak Prescott is now second best quarterback in the NFC. Oh, wow, Barry. You're on crack, man. TJ, I'm hoping that the Cowboys have a wink-wink deal with Bobby Wagner because it's crazy that nobody has brought him in. You haven't heard anything. But, listen. I'm getting hungry. I'm going to go in here. If any of you guys are into keto, I do have my cooking and tailgating channel. And we're going to be doing some keto catfish frying in the steamer. So I'm going to go in there and cook some dinner. I'm going to eat because I'm hangry. I'm hangry right now. And the sun's going down anyway. It's going down for real. It's going down for real. So will you eat some real food? Wait a minute. Will I eat some real food? Okay. I tell you what. You have my catfish and my potato salad. You wouldn't know it's keto, bro. You're smoking weed right now. Pass the Dutchie from the left. Pass the Dutchie from the left. All my homies hate Mark Holmes. Are you an Eagle fan, young Gant? Well, I guess at least they're paying attention to me. At least they're paying attention to me. Hate is good. Hate is good. Hey, listen. They say it doesn't matter if they love you or hate you as long as they're talking about you. You know that? As long as they're talking about you, that's all that matters. You took Charles Haley from us, so Cowboys owe us. Okay, well, that was your dumbness for letting him go. Don't be mad about my homie. All right. Y'all have a good evening now. All right? And I'll see you over on the other channel. Peace. Okay.